Good morning everyone and welcome to another video. I'm a bit excited about this one because it's a project that I've been working quite some time for, and that's making my own lures. So like the fly tying, I've never really liked buying flies, so I always like to tie my own flies. And with the lure, it kind of took a little bit more work to get to that point, but I always left it on the side and thought of it and left it on the side. But this year I finally cracked the whip and got into making my own lures. So for this, I am going to show you the two types of lure I'm going to start selling, because I'm going to sell some just to basically finance my own passion, really. So if there's people who want to buy these lures, great, because it will go to a good cause. It will come back to the channel and I can keep producing that sort of stuff. So it's going to come on the website. There we have the Fugly lures. There's already some glides on the website, but I'm going to just show you the two different types of lure that I'm going to do. First, I'm going to do a kind of a two different price range, because I know not everybody is into buying premium lures, because the one that I'm doing at the moment, hand carving, making the molds, silicone molds, the resin and the weighing, the painting and all that, that takes a lot of time. Takes a good bit of money as well, because the silicone is not cheap at the moment. So making the molds for each bait is quite pricey. So that's why I decided to, why not sell a few and bring the money back, and like that I can keep on creating different things. So I know not everybody wants to spend a lot of money on the premium lure, so I'm going to have kind of two different type. One type of lures that are blanks that I paint myself. These are really good blanks. I've imported some already from the States. There's another order coming in soon, and I'm not going to buy and paint any crap lures. I can easily do that, but I want something that'll work, and that's decent quality. So for this, I went with the big eye shad, or the big belly shad. These are pretty awesome. So these come in blanks, and I really like them. So I'm starting to put them on the website. I'll put the link here. They're gonna come as like the fly. They're gonna come as a drop of lures. Whenever I get a shipment of lure, I'm gonna paint them, make them. Same with the premium lures. Whenever I finished a few, they're gonna go on the website. So keep an eye on Instagram, because that's where I'll do most of the advertising and the lure drop and the fly drop as well. Because once I'm finished that series of lures, I'm going to move back into the fly, and I need to stock up for the shop and for the lodge here for the new spring season. So I'm quite busy at the moment. Coming to the fly, I'm going to start back to the live streams, because I've quite a few people asking for the live streams. Live streams will be a little bit different, because this time basically whenever I'll be doing something at the desk, be making lures, be making molds, casting, pouring resin, painting, or tying flies for the stock. If you want to join along, I will advertise the live streams again. And if you want to join along, it's more a hangout than a tutorial. But if you want to learn a few things along the way, ask a few questions, you'll be welcome to come. So that's one thing that's coming soon. So back to the lures then. So the first one that I've ordered that I really like are those shads. So they are really nice glides. These are the 18 centimeters, I think, including the bristle tail, which is a nice thing as well. You don't see bristle tails on many lures, and I like, because they have a nice movement when they get soaked in water, a little bit like bucktail, a really stiff bucktail. Very resilient, and you have a nice, I don't know, it just looks to me a lot better in the water. Now the action of these lures, it is a glide, so I'm going to make a video too, showing you how to work glide baits, because I see people, they have one or two glides. Usually it's like a cheap, inexpensive glide. They don't really have a good opening. I mean, a good nice wide angle. You can see these ones have a lovely nice angle, so that's going to push that glide really nice on the side when you're going to walk these. As you can hear, these are loud. There's a nice ball in it, but then all depends how fast you're going to walk this one. Slow retrieve, you're going to have a nice S swim with a very gentle roll of that ball bearing inside, so it's not going to be too loud. Glides, I mostly work then with the reel, but that'll be coming in another video whenever I decide to get my butt out of the house and go fishing and film a bit, some action. But the water at the moment, it's still really high. It's starting to come down. It's cold too, so yeah, I'm just getting through the videos at the moment and the different things I need to be done inside before I go back out and do some video on the water. But there's different ones. Again, for the color pattern of these shads, I'm going to try to keep it as original as possible. So yeah, this one I call Burnt Unit. It's a nice red terracotta inside with the black kind of smoky flame. Really like that color. I think this one's going to stay because I like it. Then we have a kind of a fire perch. Now these ones, yeah, come back to the specifics of that lure. 17 centimeter, including the bristle, maybe 18 centimeter, I think. Weight is about 70 gram before the paint goes on, the clear coat goes on, and the hooks goes on. So you can go around 75 grams, 76 grams, give or take. So what else on these lures? Yes, both hook hanger feature a swivel. So that's really good. That'll save a lot of fish on hooking themselves and using the lure as a pry bar and getting unhooked. So yes, which else? A roach, of course. We always need a roach. This is the kind of my version of the roach blue. There'll be different variation. Like I said, they'll come as lure drops, like the fly drops. So whatever one I make, they'll be up for grab. Now this is the Pike version. I kind of really like that one. Came out really nice. Nice Pike version here. Now they cast really well, and the action is really I really enjoy the action of these ones. It's classified as a slow sink, but I would put it more into an intermediate sink, medium sink. It's a little bit, it's a fast slow sink if you want. It's not really a hover bait or a super slow sink. It does sink a little bit. Put that aside, that would be the kind of cheap commercial thing, just to get the website running and the sales running as well. So I'm taking really good care to paint them and coat them as best as I can. Hook wise as well on these lures, and all the lures I decided to go for the BKK spears. These are really nice hook, nice super sharp hook. So all these baits will come with a couple of these hooks, so there's no point making decent bait and having like crap hooks on it. And you know me from the fly fishing, I always use the best hook I can handle. This is the first prototype of the bream lure that I designed. This is resin injected, so we're passing into the other category of lures, the premium one, the one that really would take more time for me to do. Yeah, these ones had like Westin trebles, and unfortunately, like yeah, they're not great. So that's why I'm going for the BKK now. So close the cheaper lures, and then we're gonna go for the premium one. So the premium one. They all come. I've made a series of 5 lures, and basically the 5 lures that I think would work here and work in different type of situation. So I'll just put this one back so you can see it. So yeah, different swim, different actions, and that's just to have to cover every situation that you might encounter on the water that I can think of. I can put that back in. I don't know, maybe it got full back up again. Yes, hold on, just give me a second. There you go. So 5 glides swim bait. Starting with the first one that I did. This is the bream. So this is all, these are the masters, hand carved into wood, and then I put them in I make a silicone mold and cast resin, and then I'll show you all the process, but it takes a good bit of time. And the important thing why these lures work so well, it's because the time it takes to make them really precise to the gram. So they have a really nice, the lure sits nicely in the water and have a nice sink rate as well. So this is the fastest sink rate I'm going to produce the bream. Again, it would be similar to these ones. It's going to be like a fast slow sink, if you not a intermediate sink, not medium sink, just a little bit faster than a slow sink. So like that you can count it down and you can work it a little bit deep at success up to like 5-6 meters for that one, and the pike have no problem coming up to catch, to take them. So it's going to be the deepest one that I'm going to make, the bream. I'm really happy. I already got good feedback from the pike. It's caught me fish already. Now moving up a little bit more up the water. Now we're gonna have the only swim bait, what I call swim bait. It's not in two part like a glide bait. This is more like a 3-part, like a swim bait. Of course we're gonna have the roach. All right, so that's a 3-part swim bait. I'm still waiting on silicone to come for these guys. Most of them would come with bristle tail, but some of them I'm working on some like really thin silicone tails. These are very resistant. They don't tear easy, but they have a lot of movement. So especially on the swim bait, I think this could be a good catcher. So again, I'm gonna have to make these lures, try them, and then when I'm happy with the result of the tails and the swim, then I release them and they'll come onto the website. So we have the bream, the roach. Of course, we need to have a perch. Now the roach is going to be like, again, kind of slow sink as well, not as fast as the bream. This going to be like more like a search bait. You're going to be fishing a little bit faster and just to search the area where the pike are active, so you can reel in, stop. It's usually on a pause and go type of thing, more for searching fish for this one. Then after we have the perch. The perch is what's called a chop bait. You can see the angle of the perch, it's quite severe compared to the bream. It's a lot more broken. You get a much more important break. This is going to be a chop bait. So this is a bait that I'm going to cast over structures, over areas where I know there's fish, and I want to bring them out of these structures and bite. So the way they work, these ones, because they have a break that's so important, every time you're going to give it a little crank of the reel, it's going to turn and it's going to really push to the side, which is quite important when you do a chop bait, because that bait is going to basically not move forward like if you would reel in like a swim bait, like this, like a linear kind of action. This one will be linear, but you have that really strong side to side, a lot stronger than this one. Okay, this one will go side to side a little bit, but this one really like just darts, even do a 180 and comes back if you let it loose and let it go. So the idea between the chop bait is that you can leave that bait very attractive and with a lot of action by going side by side like this, without taking the bait away from the hidey hole of the pike, or the tree, or a root ball, or anything where you know there's pike hiding. So you'll be able to really tease them with that bait. I'm going to make this like really super slow sinking, so it's going to be like a visual bait. You're going to be able to see it, so you can work it just about 50 centimeter or meter under the surface basically. So that's going to be when the pike are active, and especially for taking them out of their covers. That really drives them crazy, because it kind of, like I said, you can really leave that bait in front of them for a lot longer than any kind of other lures. Now moving on to the third bait. This is a spring special, this one. It's going to be my longest glide. It's going to be the pike. Now you can't have baits without having a proper jack pike. Now this one, not too severe, but still it's going to give you a nice wide glide. And this one, it's going to be especially like shallow water, springtime, summertime too. Yeah, I feel this one is going to be really nice for springtime. Nice profile belly here, a nice big head. This one too, it's going to be slow sink. It's going to be like a very, very visual, because you'll be able to see that lure working. I suppose that's kind of what excites me about the fly fishing, is that the visual aspect that you have, and that's what I want to have as well with these lures. Now, last but not least, this is the one that really excites me, because like, if you know all the fly fishing I do and the flies that I like fishing, I fish a lot of rodent, rats, mice. Pike love them here. Really good success. Usually you tend to get better stamp of fish on this type of animals. The jacks don't really tend to go for them. They rather go for little poppers and frogs and things like that. So yeah, went for the big rat. We're gonna have to come with names for these guys. So this is the rat. Same thing, nice glide. Now, not too severe this one, because I still don't know if I'm gonna make it with a vein at the front to really chop it and break it like that, to make a lot of commotion on the water. So I'm going to cast some first in resin and try to fish them without a lip at the front. And if we need to add a lip, then to work it like a really strong wake bait. Now these ones come, as you can see, with rear stabilization. So make it what you want out of it, but I thought it was a nice touch for the big girls looking at this from underneath. These ones are going to come, so hybrid. So the tail is going to be a rubber tail. I'm still playing with different types of lures to cut and put as a tail. I think I'm going to make these with just a spring, and you'll be able just to screw the tails on and change them as they break. But that's basically, yeah, that's going to be the rat. So obviously this is going to be a wake bait, a surface bait. So excited about that one too. So what did I forget? I don't know. I probably forgot a lot of things, but that's basically how all the lures are going to drop. Yeah. Check the Instagram because I'm going to start posting more detailed pictures of the shads of these guys, and then as I start to experience with the wooden one and finish all the cast and the resin, I'm going to start putting them up as well. And but these ones will take a little bit longer to come onto the market. But first, now you can get your hands on those ones. There's not too many available because I wanted to check the quality of them before I buy a bigger quantity. Again, thank you very much for all the latest subs. This is clicking nicely. If you want anything, any questions, feel free to put them below. What else? Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. And that's it. Fugly Lures. Bye.